Welcome to the Knowledge Gumbo Podcast. I am Alicia Thomas. This is a place where we share the stories and the wisdom of Black women who shape the world and on whose shoulders we stand. Each week consists of sharing one quote, a little context, and an honest reflection, followed by a question you can carry with you. Let's hop into today's quote. I was documenting the civil rights movement because I thought it was my responsibility and because I thought nobody else was going to do it. That's Doris Derby, who's an activist, photographer, and SNCC field secretary. She carried a camera through Mississippi in the 1960s when it was dangerous to witness, let alone document what was happening to Black people who were fighting for their lives. Doris Derby didn't wait for permission to record history. She understood that the image could become evidence, memory, testimony. Her photographs from the Freedom Summer and the movement across the South captured faces, gatherings, and moments that might have otherwise disappeared from the official record. I think about what it means when I have my camera in my hands to decide what gets framed, what gets remembered, because for so long, we weren't the one behind the lens. Someone else controlled the narrative. Someone else decided which angle mattered, which expression would be printed, which story would be told. Sometimes I'm capturing a moment. At times I'm capturing a pattern like ridges in a 100-year-old tree or the way vines tangle against each other, either against the side of a house or at the bottom of that tree, how the roots tangle creates a life pattern. Other times, I'm capturing a feeling through the images that I take. But Doris knew that whatever controls the image controls the memory. And she wasn't willing to let someone else decide how we would be remembered. So she showed up with her camera and her conviction, even when it wasn't safe, even when the work wasn't celebrated, even when the photos sat in boxes for decades before the world caught up to them. I wonder how often we assume someone else is documenting what matters, that someone else is keeping the record. But what if the most important images are the ones that we take ourselves, the ones that show us as we actually are, not as we were imagined or misrepresented to be? Photography is more than aesthetics. It's about who and what gets to be seen. It's about creating a visual archive that doesn't erase, doesn't soften, it doesn't skew the perspective. Doris Derby's work reminds me that documentation is an act of love and resistance, that the camera can be a tool of preservation of truth when we're the ones holding it. When looking at pictures, who is holding the camera and what are they asking me to see? That brings us to the end of another serving of the Knowledge Gumbo Podcast. Thank you for sharing one of your greatest gifts, the gift of time. If this quote stirs something for you, like great gumbo, let it simmer. and then choose to share it with love with another Black woman. Until next time, take great care of your mind, your body, and your soul.